Coming up next, Milwaukee and DeWalt have a message for pass load.
And Klein enters the cordless tool race with someone else's battery.
This is your Power Tool Week in Review.
This episode is brought to you by Ohio Power Tool. Pro tools, pro service, all at the best prices at ohiopowertool.com. And Ego, power beyond belief.
Welcome back, Power Tool fans. I'm Rob.
And I'm Sarah. It's July 17th, 2020, and today we're going to do the Power Tool news and share some tool videos you won't want to miss. So let's get to it.
Starting with our favorite tool guys from a land down under, Mike and Dwayne brought together the 4 biggest cordless framing guns for a shootout. Current favorites from Passload and Hikoki, which is Metabo HBT to us in the States, are challenged by the new contenders from Milwaukee and DeWalt, which are both still in pre-order status. Besides the predictable 2,000 nails in a board test, they also brought each nailer to the job site to compare performance, ergonomics, and economy. If you're done being tied to a compressor but still aren't sure which brand's for you, the Aussies can help you out. You can find them at Oz Tool Talk on YouTube.
We all know it's impossible to properly use power tools without great music.
Duh.
Which is why we have so many job site radio options. But as it turns out, Makita has a special trick up its sleeve that may just make all others obsolete. Kenny from Pro Tool Review showed off the new Makita XRM11 Bluetooth speaker for job sites. At first glance, this thing looks like any of a dozen other options until Kenny sprung this on us.
You can link them up together. Up to 10 of these can be connected all via Bluetooth.
Job site surround sound, my friends, or an absurd amount of little box speakers to trip over. One speaker will be the parent while the rest act as children who simply repeat what the parent tells them. You can even adjust the setting on all speakers at once. If your job site is big, this could be a really cool way of easily getting music to every corner as long as you can all agree on the same Katy Perry song.
This is how we do.
Firework!
Ugh.
Okay, I'll tell you what. You can choose a song if you pay for all of them.
All right, how much are they?
$140 each.
Firework it is.
To find out for yourself if these speakers are for you, head over to Pro Tool Reviews on YouTube.
So wait a minute, I need like $1,400 to get the full 10 synced speaker thing?
But you don't need 10 of them.
Sometimes I feel like you don't even know me at all. Anyways, Klein made big news this week, releasing their first cordless power tools powered by DeWalt. This is the Klein BAT20CW half-inch battery-operated impact wrench and the BAT20CD compact impact driver. Both tools have their stats skewed towards big torque, which is a common need for electricians. But as opposed to developing their own battery platform, they chose to partner up with DeWalt to utilize their 20-volt max batteries. Bill puts both drills to the test and uses the new impact wrench to try out the Klein 66010 deep socket set. What did he think?
My conclusion on these tools is they're really nice, and their specialty really is torque. These are high torque tools, and some trades really need that. If you need to drive a lot of lag bolts, things like that, these are perfect.
For the full story, head over to Sparky Channel on YouTube.
Our last stop is over at Shop Tool Reviews, where Tim decided it was time to give Craftsman a shot at a pretty big job. That's the Craftsman 20-volt half-inch impact wrench, which boasts 275 foot-pounds of fastening torque for a very reasonable $129. Tim found this mid-range impact to be perfect for removing cylinder heads and lug nuts. After putting it through its paces, he decided it was surprisingly capable and far faster at breaking nuts than he expected, but eventually concluded that while this isn't likely to find a permanent home in a pro's toolbox, it just might be the perfect half-inch impact for DIYers. You can decide for yourself at Shop Tool Reviews on YouTube.
And it's time again to tackle some actual work with Rob Robillard. Hey, Rob.
Hey, Rob, Sarah, how are you guys?
We're doing great, Rob. How about you? Is business good?
Outstanding. Excellent.
Good.
Look, when clients ask lots of questions during a bathroom remodel, right? One of the questions they never seem to come up with or ask is, what goes under the tile? Maybe they just don't understand the process of tiling, or they just trust us to build and install our systems according to best practices in the industry. I'm talking about using a proper uncoupling membrane. People call it underlayment. Now, tile has been successfully installed for thousands of years in incorporating uncoupling layers or a forgiving shear interface within the tile assembly. We use a few different manufactured products on our remodels. In fact, in this particular video, I showed 2 different types. One's Schluter and the other one is warm-up with floor heat. These days, decoupling or uncoupling products are a polyethylene membranes. They come in rolls or sheets, and they allow for in-plane movement that effectively neutralize any differential movement stresses between the substrate, the plywood, or the tile. And that basically eliminates the major causes of cracking and delamination on tiled surfaces, which are massive callbacks and expensive callbacks for us. The membranes are embedded in a thin-set mortar, basically, and it's a mechanical bond right to the substrate. Tile is then installed over the decoupling membrane using a thin bed method with thin-set. Guys, the result, if you do this right, it's best practice, is you'll have a long life tile installation with no callbacks. That's it, guys. I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, Rob. It's time again for our construction industry news, courtesy of the Construction Junkie. Let's face it, construction workers are hot.
What?
In the sun on the job site.
Sure.
And keeping cool has always been a challenge. Fortunately for them, Klein Tools is on the case. Klein is best known for their extensive line of electricians' tools, but they recently launched a brand new lineup of cooling products for all those previously mentioned hot construction workers.
Are you planning a calendar or something?
No? Maybe. The line includes do-rag, headbands, helmet liners, and more, all made with wicking fabrics designed to absorb sweat and keep you cool and dry. Most notable and relevant to today's trying times, their new cooling neck and face band can help keep your temperature down and comply with most job site mask requirements. If these passive solutions are not enough, well, it might be time to revisit previously promised cooling tech from Sony. Several months ago, Construction Junkie reported on this fascinating t-shirt air conditioner revealed by Sony that was supposed to launch in conjunction with the 2020 Summer Olympics, which were delayed like the rest of my life. But Sony still came through, and the Rion Pocket RNP-1A is finally available on the Sony Japan website for about $120, alongside shirts with pockets sewn in specifically for the cooler for an additional $17. The tech is unusual. As opposed to the built-in fans you'd find in the likes of Makita's cooling jacket, this device uses the Peltier effect, which uses electrical currents to raise or lower the temperature by as much as 23 degrees. So if you happen to be living in Japan right now and feel like buying us one of these things, you can find our address on our website. For these and the rest of your construction industry news, be sure to head over to constructionjunkie.com.
Swinging over to Instagram, our buddy Tebow was trying out the new DeWalt 20-volt atomic saw, and besides some balancing complaints, he found the saw to be capable and great at handling dust. Did you know there was a National Tape Measure Day?
Nope.
It's true, and Hugh from HD Carpentry celebrated by giving some away. Murray made quick work of a little basement repair after a sump pump failed. I now have new fears keeping me up at night being a homeowner, like our sump pump failing.
Our Make or Break studio, which is right below us, has flooded 5 times in the first 6 months we were here, so I'm sure you'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Anyways, moving on. Thank you, Ego and Ohio Power Tool, for sponsoring this episode. Guys, we couldn't do it without you.
Yep, and don't forget, we're still running a showcase contest with Milwaukee. We posted a video about their one key system, and if you go over and leave a comment, you'll be entered to win a Milwaukee Sawzall with one key. And of course, don't forget to join us tomorrow for another episode of Make or Break, and later in the week for another episode of Sarah's Top 5 DIY.
So guys, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing.
We'll see you next week.